What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Spooling Up channel. My name is Naz, and today what I'm going to be doing is fitting an exhaust to my MK4 Golf Gti. Now, I originally wanted to get an R32 replica exhaust for this car and an R32 bumper because I really like the style of it, but due to difficulty and me not wanting to spend loads of money getting a custom one made, I've bought a custom exhaust off somebody. It's 2.75 inches from cat back, and I've got a 3-inch decat and a reducer to put on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and strip this old exhaust off, and I'll show you the new exhaust once I get it out and get a minute, and I'll show you the decat pipe and any problems that I thought that I may come into during this job. I'll explain them as well. So yeah, going to go ahead and get this all kicked off now, jack the car up, strip that old exhaust off, and then start building up the new one. And I've also got some titanium heat wrap for it, so that should be an interesting one too. Right guys, so here's what we've got going on at the minute. Up here, this is where it leads to the downpipe coming from the turbo. Then we have the catalytic converter, and here we've got the join going from the actual catalytic converter and downpipe to the rest of the exhaust system. And we have where it's mounted in the middle, 2 rubber exhaust hangers there. All the nuts and bolts are they're all lubed up, and at the back there's one more exhaust hanger that I sprayed with some penetrating oil just so it all slips off easily. I'm going to start stripping it from the rear because that's obviously the easiest way to do it and work my way forward. So I'm going to start by taking the back box off the rear exhaust hanger and then work my way to this middle section. So due to a bit of difficulty, it will be very hard to take this whole section that leads down to the back box out without dropping this rear subframe. I'm going to have to drop the rear subframe to put the new exhaust on, but in terms of the amount of times I'm putting the car down and raising it back up, I don't want it to take ages. I'm not going to use this exhaust again, I'm not going to sell it, so I'm going to make a nice simple easy cut so I can take it apart a lot easier, and then that'll be that. So I'm just going to cut here somewhere and then slide that back box off. Guys, I'm here again at the back box. What I've actually just realised is there's 2 13mm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo that bracket completely. The exhaust hanger will come down with it, then I'll pull it off the exhaust and I'll put this hanger onto the new exhaust, then lift it up and do the 2 13s rather than messing around trying to undo this, because sometimes it proves quite difficult. Right guys, so here we have the back box off now. Here's the rear mounting, and also I didn't mention it earlier because I didn't see it, but you have another mounting at the front of the back box. It's just another 2 13mm bolts, and you should be able to see them where it mounts up just there. So that's off now. It's time to go for the midsection. So quick little update. This sleeve on this center section of the exhaust here, I quickly put the grinder through the 2 brackets on it just to loosen it off, because what actually happened was the nuts on the other side were crumbling, and they were really difficult to undo, and because they're facing the other way and I've got this side jacked up, it's been really difficult. So I've just cut through it, simple, easy, not a problem at all. Next thing to do is to undo this mounting bracket that runs across all the way to the other side of the engine. If I can actually show you, since I've undone that sleeve, there's a lot more movement and play in the exhaust, so I'd be expecting that to just come off straight away as soon as I undo this middle mount. So it's just these 16mm nuts. I've done the other side already, just to do this side now and drop it all off. Right guys, so here's the middle section off now. Obviously you can see that this is the bracket that holds it up, and here are the 2 rubber mountings. So when you undo it, you actually can't undo these ones here because they actually hold the mountings on. Here's the clamp that we cut through. You can see there, just loosened it off, let it free up, and there's a cat hanging down now. So just got to loosen it off on the downpipe side, and then we can start building it all back up together. Right guys, this part here is quite difficult to film, but up here we have the turbo manifold and the downpipe. We've got 4 nuts on them, looking like they could be 15s or 16s. So yeah, just got to do those. It's going to be pretty difficult. It's quite a tight squeeze. Once that comes off, we can work out how we're going to get that new decat pipe on. Looks like even that's going to be a squeeze to get this in and out, but got to do what we can do to do it. Also got the lambda sensors, so just got to work out on the best way to do this from here. But yeah, it's not going to be a quick and easy job, but we knew it wasn't going to be like that in the first place anyway. I'm just going to quickly show you from the top here. You can see where the pipe joins the manifold there. It's now fully been separated. The studs are attached to the manifold and the old gasket's still on there. So all it was literally those 4 nuts holding that catalytic converter on. Just remember guys, put some sort of penetrating oil on everything, because the last thing you want is really struggling to undo these rusty nuts and bolts, because it can be difficult and it can be a big time setback. So it's worthwhile just spraying that all up before you even get started on anything else. Okay, so it takes a little bit of wiggling to get the catalytic converter and downpipe down through the various heat shields and little gaps that are there in the engine bay. What I actually did was I cracked off both lambda sensors while the downpipe was still attached to the turbo manifold, because otherwise if you do it when the exhaust is on the floor like it is now, it'll be really difficult. But yeah, you need this to be down to get them off properly, because obviously there's some wire twisting, stuff like that involved, so it gives you a lot more clearance. Just going to get those lambdas done and then pull that off, and then that's it for me today. Going to come back tomorrow and try and fix up the rest of it. Apparently, well, it looks like I'm going to have to drop the rear subframe to get that new exhaust on as well. So it's not really easy, but it will be more than worth it when it's all on. Right guys, so here we've got the old downpipe and catalytic converter, holes for the lambda sensors, and then the cat itself. I've never actually seen one of these off one of these 1.8 turbo engines, but when I look at it and I look at the diameter of the pipe, it is appallingly small. When you see the size of the 3-inch decat compared to this, or so the size of the 3-inch decat full stop, you're going to understand why it gives you better power gains. So just to start a quick walkthrough of this standard system, here you've got the back box and the rear mounting for it, and the front mounting for it, the discrete downturn pipes which come as standard on the normal GTI. Obviously this is an anniversary, and then through to the center section with a box in the center, the mounting plate to the actual body of the car, and the 2 rubber exhaust mounts there as well. Actually had a problem with this at one point. It cracked and it was making a knocking noise, so I had to get that welded when I first got the car. The sleeve that goes through to the catalytic converter, the lambda for the cat, the downpipe itself with the flex, and the lambda for the downpipe, and obviously the flange where it goes onto the turbo manifold itself. Right, so here's a quick look at the new section that I'll be installing, the new exhaust. So this was actually, somebody else had this custom made, and it's got an interchangeable cat and decat for MOT purposes. So obviously you'd be using this normally, but when you were taking your car for MOT, you'd swap this decat part out and put the cat in instead. And normally when you buy a downpipe and decat, it comes in 2 different sections, but this one that I've got here is all one piece. So what I need to do is cut this down and use the reducing exhaust clamp to mate this new downpipe and decat one piece into the exhaust, and I won't be using either of these pieces at all, because obviously it will no longer be necessary. So I need to cut that down, join it on with that. The downpipe and decat section is going to get a titanium exhaust wrap. This piece here is a lambda faller, so it just brings the lambda further away from the decat section to make it think that obviously it's still getting less emissions, but all it's actually doing is bringing the probe away from the emissions, so it's a little bit diluted. Normally you'll have the downpipe section and then there'll be another flange and it will join onto this decat piece here, but like I said, this is all in one. Doesn't even have another lambda point on it. You've got the original one, doesn't have a second one, so I'm going to have to get that mapped out Or another alternative I could do is chop this down to here and join it on here, so I do have the second lambda in place. Another thing is, this is a 3-inch decat. This section here I found out is 2.75 and the rest of the exhaust is 2.5, which I'm really gutted about because I thought it was bigger. So obviously it's going to restrict the amount of power I can now get, knowing that it's a 2.5 rather than a 2.75, and I originally wanted a 3-inch. Not only did I want a 3-inch, but I wanted the R32 style exhaust. So now what I can do in the future though is get somebody to make a branch off here to come to the other side of the bumper, cut this off and pull this straight back, and then I will have an R32 style exhaust in the future if I want to. So I'll do a quick walkthrough on these exhausts from front to back, starting with the standard one. If you can see, the bore is tiny. Obviously the flange is the same size on both downpipes, but the internal bore tapers down to a tiny little size, whereas this one is 3-inch all the way through. So it's going to make a massive difference to the exhaust flow of gases. And then obviously, if you look at the size of that downpipe there, it's tiny, really, really small. And then you look at the size of this one, it's massive, just to give you a bit of perspective. 3-inch all the way through there. And obviously this cat, this one's a sports cat. I could also incorporate this into that system if I wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. Then this side's obviously got a centre box, whereas this one doesn't. And obviously the overall diameter of the exhaust itself is a lot bigger on this other section. And coming down to the back boxes, standard massive big old back box, small GT Extreme one, and obviously bigger twin tailpipes. This one has just got the normal discrete ones, and if you look at the mountings, they line up here, but these pipes are a lot more inset than these ones because they'll actually be sticking past the bumper. Right guys, so the next thing I'm going to do is talk you through how I've made my measurements. It's pretty simple. This is the plate that attaches to the bottom of the car, so I'm using this as a reference point. What I've done is I've measured from the mounting to where I've cut through this old decat, cutting through here so that I can keep the second lambda sensor and I'm not left with any issues. So that's 675 millimeters. What I'm then going to do is put this plate back underneath the bottom of the car, measure from the plate 675 millimeters, make a mark on the new decat pipe. That's where I'm going to cut the new decat pipe, and that should give me a pretty accurate length, and everything should fit nicely, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then it's just a matter of putting everything together and seeing how it goes. First things first, let's get the new 3-inch decat and downpipe, throw it on the car. Just for mocking up purposes, it was really easy to put on. Literally put it on and you can do the top 2 bolts on the manifold from the engine bay side. So that's all I've done. So this is up here for mocking up purposes. Gonna take my measurements, take it back off, wrap it with the titanium heat shield, then start seeing if I can get all this put together nicely. I've got the tape measure sitting up on that bracket, coming all the way down here now to the decat pipe. It is a shame that I'm going to have to cut so much of it, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut it there, and that's where I'll make the join with the original exhaust. This is all in a bid to try and keep that second lambda. I know I can get it mapped out, and I know it would be better to keep as much 3-inch as I could, but it's just the way it's going to have to go today, unfortunately. So I'll mark that up, take it off, and then bring it to go and cut it with a grinder. Guys, so here we go. Got the decat and downpipe here, got my mark there. Literally going to use my angle grinder to cut as straight through it as I can. So yeah, it is a shame to waste all of this pipe, but it can be used for something else, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and cut this now. So that's cut now. Here's the piece that I'm left with that I don't really need, and here's the piece I'm going to be using, the downpipe and part of a section of a decat, where I'm going to be joining it onto here. yeah, I mean, on reflection, this has been a bit more difficult because I have bought a second-hand system that someone's had custom fitted. But it's all fun and games, it's all experience, and it's all a good learning curve. So I'm just going to marry this up here now and have a look at that, see how that goes. So this is just a quick mock-up of what it's going to look like. Got the back box, of course. Mounting bracket, the 2 rubbers are going to go here. And then the decat, lambda faller, and the 3-inch piece here that's going to be joining the downpipe down to the decat bit. And that is literally it. Good thing about this is it allows me to have some play. If I accidentally cut too much, I've got some play in that sleeve. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Gonna go ahead now and wrap this section here, and then I'll wrap the rest of the exhaust, leaving this. What I've got here is a tub of water. I unrolled the whole wrap of titanium heat wrap, soaked it in water, and then I cut a piece and I re-rolled it into a ball. Probably way too much here for what I need for this little downpipe decat section, but it's better to have too much than not enough. So I'm going to go ahead now, start wrapping up this with it. Right, so this is what I've done so far. Literally started here, did 1 full loop, tied it on, and then started doing a little 50% overlap, working my way around as tight as I can, holding it and pulling it as tight as I can to get a good decent cling to the pipe. So here we go. Here's the decat all wrapped up now. I haven't wrapped this area here because it's tapered and it just keeps on sliding down, so I'm going to leave that exposed. The flex pipe, I know you can wrap it, I know it's supposed to help with a little bit of noise reduction, but I'm not going to bother. And obviously I haven't wrapped the end because the sleeve needs to go on, but we're done. All I've got to do now is wrap the exhaust. All I did was wrap it down wet, 50% overlap, tying it up in some of the crucial places, and obviously doing it wet because I can pull it tighter, because when it dries it's supposed to loosen a little bit. So yeah, that's the decat wrapped. Right, let's just have a look at it now, starting from the back. So I bought 2 rolls of 10-meter titanium heat wrap. Managed to get, I'd say, 50% of the way through the exhaust, all the way up. Wrapped it wet, of course. Obviously unable to do the clamp. This little gap here is obviously where the clamp's coming up to and where the lambda is. So yeah, that's it. All wrapped up, ready to go on in pieces obviously, but nonetheless all ready. Right guys, so now I've got the pipe out here and all wrapped up. Before I throw it on, I'm going to replace the gasket that goes from the actual downpipe itself to the turbo manifold. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that on up onto the studs first of all. So should be able to see the studs there. What I'm going to do is just pop this on, and then from down below I'll adjust it and start putting the pipe on. So as you can see, I've got the first lambda on. I've actually taken them off the car. It's the easiest way to do it. The second one will obviously go on to the actual exhaust itself, onto that faller unit that I've got, to sort of trick the car into thinking that the second lambda is actually still doing its job, and it is where it is, even though it's actually just getting more diluted products of combustion. So yeah, crack on with this guys now. Next step, get this decat up on the car. Guys, so unfortunately gonna have to end part 1 of this video here now. It's been a good productive day though, got lots done. I'm gonna pick up where we left off tomorrow when I start filming part 2. You will be able to watch both videos together. They're both going to be uploaded on the same day. I'm going to try and put a link for the second part of the video into the description or somewhere on the screen so that you can click on it and watch it. So thanks for coming to watch part 1. See you on the other side for part 2.